are all the Nexus Beings in the MCU right now. For reference, Nexus Beings are rare individual entities with the ability to affect probability and the future, altering the flow of the universal time stream. They're keystones of the multiverse and are crucial to its ultimate coherence and stability. First up, we've got our 616 Wanda when she became the Scarlet Witch in WandaVision. The Scarlet Witch can literally alter reality, amongst other things, and she can use her chaos magic to affect the probability of any given space. In the comics, there's only one Scarlet Witch that's a Nexus Being. There's many variants of the Scarlet Witch, but there's only one that's also a Nexus Being. Apart from lore, but like I've said before, that's kind of like a freak situation. Next up, we've got America Chavez from Multiverse of Madness. She's from the Utopian Parallel Universe, and her power is being able to jump through universes. Then there's the Doctor Strange of the Earth 838 universe, who literally triggered an incursion. And I don't think I have to tell you guys what Doctor Strange's powers are. He's literally the master of the mystic arts. And for those of you who don't believe that he's a Nexus, remember when Reed said that the biggest threat to the multiverse was actually Doctor Strange? Yeah. Not just that, but he's actually not the only Doctor Strange that we've seen in the MCU that's also a Nexus. The Doctor Strange from What If. He should definitely be given Nexus Being status. And if you haven't seen What If, stop playing. Go watch that shit right now. Speaking of What If, next up we've got the Watcher, who's a cosmic entity, a fifth dimensional being residing in the nexus of all realities. That's so freaking cool. He watches over and protects the multiverse, and even though he made an oath prohibiting him from interfering with all the realities that he observes, in What If we see him break that, and for a very good reason. I don't want to spoil it for those of you who haven't seen it, but go watch that shit right now. Next up, we've got Dormammu. So many people forget about Dormammu. He appeared in the first Doctor Strange movie, and he's the ruler of the dark dimension. He's got a whole list of powers, but I'm freaking crying at his hobbies being conquering universes and spreading chaos. And I don't know if people know this, but he was actually voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch, who also plays Doctor Strange. Sorry, I meant Cumberbatch. Slip of the tongue. Next up, we've got King the Conqueror. Now, I know a lot of people are like, he's not a Nexus Being, he got beat up by ants. And you're not wrong. And I actually think that He Who Remains is also a Nexus Being. And for those of you who follow my theory that they're actually the same person at different times in their lives, not variants of each other, but like the same person, you know why. But in the comics, he has a really rich history of being a Nexus Being. His story is actually super complicated, but I will be making a separate video with a lot more detail. But the reason why he's a Nexus is because he has the ability to time travel and prune various different timelines out of existence. He basically controls time. And there's one more that I want to include. This will contain spoilers for Loki Season 2, Episode 5. But after Episode 5, I think Loki might have just become a Nexus Being. He now has the ability to be like a human empath. His time slip granted him the ability to move back and forth through time and space, rewriting his own story and stories surrounding him, affecting the universal time stream just like a Nexus Being. He's now the god of stories, just like in more recent comics. It's so freaking exciting, and I honestly cannot wait to see what they do with that.